Chapter 2, Lesson 4, Air Signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. As you are reading this material, keep looking at the glyph for each sign. Reinforce your new understanding of each of the signs with its corresponding glyph. What we want to achieve is for you to have all kinds of images and thoughts spring to mind when you see the glyph of each of the zodiacal signs. This is the knowledge that comes from the higher mind. Gemini, the twins, mutable air. The constellation of Gemini is represented by twin children. What does it mean to be a twin? Can you think of any twins that you have known in your life? Have you noticed that although they look the same, their personalities are often very different? One is sometimes the positive twin, and the other the negative twin. The fact that this sign is represented by the human form indicates an emphasis on logical thought, and the nature of the twins being children indicates innocence. What other qualities of Gemini the twins can you come up with? Contemplate this a while before continuing. Once you have come up with a good image of the essential qualities of the twins, we will move to include the element of air and the modality of mutable to this mix. From lessons 1 and 2, you have a good idea of what air and mutable mean. By now, you should have a fuzzy type of knowing what this sign is about. Next, we need to clarify this. The best way to do this is to use a few catchwords that you can hang these fuzzy ideas of Gemini upon. Gemini is mutable air. Air has the ability to adjust, mutable, the style of communication, air, to any fluctuating circumstances, as long as they improvise, mutable, and use their intelligence, air. They will achieve their aspirations. They are the intellectual acrobats of the zodiac. Gemini people are curious, bright, quick-witted, and never boring. They are the eternal, youthful, intellectual communicator experts of the zodiac that are well-versed in a multitude of subjects. Like the twins that represent them, Gemini can easily see both sides of an issue and will often argue one side of the issue one day and the other side the next day. This often causes other people to view them as fickle and restless. When you factor in the lightning-quick changes of mood, you can see that this is a difficult zodiacal sign to figure out because of all the various interests that the Gemini has. They may have difficulty following through with things, as there isn't enough time to do them all. Any social setting is a good one for a Gemini, since these people are so charming and love to share themselves with their friends. Sometimes this can be misunderstood as scheming by others. This is especially true when the Gemini decides to embellish their stories because they don't sound as much fun without these interesting little additions. The great strength of the Gemini is in their ability to communicate effectively and to think clearly. Adventures of the mind are what the charming, curious, and quick twins are all about. The Gemini body is usually slender, agile, and taller than average. They tend to move quickly and gracefully. Lots of Geminis will have small, sharp features and twinkling, beautifully clear eyes. One of the best ways to recognize a Gemini is that their eyes never seem to rest long on any one thing. They are constantly looking everywhere with excited curiosity. The nose is likely to be long and straight or dainty and small. In either case, it will be well formed. A receding hairline is prominent in the men, and both sexes tend towards high foreheads. Take the above paragraphs into contemplation. See what else comes to you. Spend some time throughout the day thinking about the qualities of Gemini. Remember to keep observing all the people in your world. Watch them and look for these qualities. Observe your Gemini friends. Look to see the nimble, quick mind, the chattiness and intellectual brilliance. See how they act and respond to life situations. Libra, the scales, cardinal air. The constellation of Libra is represented by the scales of justice. Consider that justice is blind. What does that mean symbolically? Think about how a scale balances things. The fact that this sign is represented by an inanimate object indicates an unemotional weighing of one thing against another. What other qualities of Libra the scales can you come up with? Contemplate on this for a while before continuing. Once you have come up with a good image of the essential qualities of the scales, we will move to include the element of air and the modality of cardinal to this mix. From lesson 1 and 2, you have a good idea of what air and cardinal mean, so by now you should have a fuzzy type of knowing of what this sign is about. Next, we need to clarify this, and the best way to do this is to use a few catchwords that you can hang these fuzzy ideas of Libra upon. Libra is cardinal air. Libra is concerned with initiating, that's cardinal, communication, air. This ability grants them mastery over relationships and justice, providing that they initiate, cardinal, conversations and work on their intellectual diplomacy, air. Libra weighs one thing with another constantly to finally reach the point of perfect balance so they can offer sound judgments. Libra epitomizes the ideals of balance, harmony, and sense of fair play. These people hate conflict. They will study every possible angle in the hopes of achieving peace and harmony, so much so that others may see them as fickle and indecisive. They are excellent strategists, while also being companionable and sociable people. If this sounds like a prescription for a person that is good at manipulating others, you would be correct. Libra is, after all, a cardinal sign that must control others. What better way to maintain the illusion of beauty and peace, and at the same time control the people surrounding them, than through manipulation? Libra is the partnership sign of the zodiac. As such, they are first and foremost focused on others and how they relate to them. Libra does not want to be alone. To this person, everything is better if it's done as a pair. These people are also very cultured, refined, and they love beautiful things and people. Libra excels at charming conversations and are artistic, stylish, and cultured. The great strength of Libra is their quest for fairness, peace, and harmony. This makes Libra the great diplomat of the zodiac. It is difficult to typify Libra physical characteristics unless you include the famous Venus dimples that are usually displayed in the cheek areas or in the chin. Libra facial features are almost always even and well balanced. The mouth is usually bow-shaped, and the women are pretty and the men are usually handsome. The basic Libra face will often remind you of a box of chocolates, soft and sweet. Libra people usually wear a pleasant expression. Their voices are typically sweet and clear as a bell. They have a special, bright, memorable laugh that rings with merriment. Then there is the legendary Libra smile. The Venus smile is like a soft, white cloud that could melt the heart of anyone within 20 paces. It has the ability to completely transfigure even plain or homely features into radiant beauty. Take the above paragraph into contemplation. See what else comes to you. Spend some time through the day thinking about the qualities of Libra. Remember to keep observing all the people in your world. Watch them and look for these qualities. Observe your Libra friends to see if you can notice the charming manner, the well-balanced judgments, or see the award-winning smile. Observe how they act and respond to life situations. The water bearer, fixed air. The constellation of Aquarius is represented by a man holding a large jug of water that he is pouring out. The fact that this is a human figure implies that the logical and intellectual mind is at work. He is pouring water out of his jug. This implies that he is sharing that which is most precious to him. Aquarius represents the humanitarian interests in sharing what he values with all of humanity. What other qualities of Aquarius, the water bearer, can you come up with? Contemplate this a while before continuing. Once you have come up with a good image of the essential qualities of the water bearer, we can then move to include the element air and the modality of fixed to this mix. From lesson 1 and 2, you have a good idea of what air and fixed mean, so by now you should have a fuzzy type of knowledge of what this sign is about. Next, we need to clarify this, and the best way to do this is to use a few catchwords that you can hang these fuzzy ideas of Aquarius upon. Aquarius is fixed air. Aquarius is a stable, consistent, that's fixed, interplay with their community and friends, air. They are the pillars, fixed, of a large group of people, air. Their success lies in cultivating advanced, innovative, genius, and futuristic ideas, air. The image that springs to mind is of the absent-minded genius professor. Aquarius has a strong social conscience. They are great humanitarians that are naturally interested in making the world a better place. These open-minded people are the visionary, progressive souls of the zodiac who love to spend time thinking about how things can be made better for all people. They also like to share their advanced ideas, which is why they have so many friends and acquaintances. These people are so inventive and original in their thought processes that they are often the first of their social groups to usher in new ideas and concepts. However, once they get an idea into their heads about something, they can become very stubborn and fixed about it. Aquarius does not care what others think about them. In their mind's eye, they see their jobs as ushering in new ideas for a better world. And some of those ideas can seem quite unusual and even weird to more conservative folks. These people fervently believe that their offbeat original approaches will win the day. They believe that new thought is what is needed to change the world. They are the altruistic humanitarians of the world who are determined to make a difference. The great strength of the Aquarius personality is in their capacity to be trailblazing visionaries and humanitarians. They are determined to make the world a better place and to help everyone they can along the way. Aquarius people often have a strange, faraway look in their eyes, with a dreamy, wandering expression in them. Their height is usually taller than average, and the finely chiseled facial features have a marked nobility to them. An Aquarius person will often droop their head or cock it to one side when they are thinking about a problem, or just after they have asked you a question and are waiting for your reaction. The males may have some traditionally feminine physical features such as broader hips. The females will often have bodies that suggest more masculine physical features in the form of broader than normal shoulders. Take the above paragraphs into contemplation and see what else comes to you. Spend some time throughout the day thinking about the qualities of Aquarius. Remember to keep observing all the people in your world. Watch them and look for these qualities. Observe your Aquarius friends to see if you can spot the eccentric, the genius inventor, or the humanitarian. See how they act and respond to life situations.